listening to KSCO, serving Santa Cruz, Pebble Beach, and Penoche.
Opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of KSCO staff, management, or advertisers. If something is said with which you disagree, please let us know by writing to us at comments@ksco.com.
Oh, man, Ben, check me out, dude. I'm doing the funky chicken, the litter box.
Rocking out. How did you get your cat to do that advertising?
Oh, you just squeeze them. You know, when you need them to say something, you just give them a little squeeze.
I know, but you got to pay them or something, don't you?
No, you just give them some Arthrydex.
Arthrydex.
They go crazy for this stuff, Ben.
Oh, he loves the Arthrydex.
Rich
awesome.
cats, poor cats.
What exactly is Arthrydex?
Oh, what is Arthrydex?
Is that glucosamine?
It's glucosamine and everything else, man. It's got all vitamins, minerals, glucosamine as well as...
It's a whole bunch of stuff.
A whole bunch of stuff.
I don't know the pet products.
Oh, wow, Ben. Boy.
People call me, and they'll ask me about vet stuff and pet stuff and dogs and cats, and I don't really know. But I will tell you this.
Yeah.
One of the most important things you could give your cat is taurine. Do you know this?
Really?
Yeah, taurine is really, really important.
I
It's
think
an amino
that's in
acid
there
that's
as
found
well.
in meat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most good cat products will have taurine in them. But if you are feeding the standard, cheapo cat, your cat, cheapo cat food, you may not be he or she may not be getting taurine, and you may want to throw that in there. That's really important for cats. And I discovered that accidentally, but I did some research, and indeed, taurine is very important for cats, which are carnivores. I never understood why cat food has peas in it and legumes. And
Yeah, why is that?
It's crazy, isn't it? Even
Yeah.
dog food.
Yeah.
They make it sound like you see these commercials for dog food, and they make it sound like it's all natural, and they show you corn and and like veggies and broccoli. What dog eats broccoli?
Well, my cat likes broccoli.
No, come
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
seriously?
Oh, yeah. They
Straight
like
broccoli?
pumpkin. Yeah, they
That's-
love pumpkin.
That's crazy.
I know. It's nuts, Ben. I tell you what, though, Ben, no doubt about it, Ben, no BS. Arthrydex is for pets what BTT is for adults. I mean, for humans. It is amazing stuff, dude.
Yeah, and you know what? I love that commercial about BTT that I just heard. That lady, I don't know who she is. Do you know who she is?
I do.
Yeah. So anyway, that lady, she was talking about energy, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes, we try to kind of make, and it is really a multifunctional nutritional supplement, but the most important benefit you get is energy.
Yeah.
Energy from the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Even in the middle of the day, you'll get energy from Beyond Tangy Tangerine. It's really a phenomenal non-caffeine way to get an energy boost without crashing. And of course, you get all the other wonderful benefits of the B vitamins and the plant-derived minerals. And I even think there's probiotics. I've been reading a lot about probiotics lately. Can I pat myself on the back here a little bit?
Absolutely, Ben. You do it. Knock yourself out.
This just came. This is a study from the Institute of Applied Bioscience. It's not even published yet, in Greece, actually. Neurodevelopmental disorders, NDDs, which is a big word for saying autism or autism spectrum disorder. Actually, that's one neurodevelopmental disorder, is actually now officially linked to the intestine. And the gut microbiome, which I've been saying for years.
Wow.
I've been telling people about autism and the importance of using probiotics and nutritional strategies. I don't know. Have you ever seen an autistic kid or a kid with autism?
Yes.
Or even just anybody on the spectrum. It doesn't have to be full-blown autism. It can be, for a parent, it can be really horrifying. Kids,
Yeah.
they're super sensitive and they don't handle their emotions well. Well, it turns out that, as any parent probably recognizes, it involves certain foods, and specifically it involves the intestinal bacteria, the gut microbes. There's so many reasons why you want to focus on intestinal health and specifically the gut microbes. And if Longevity specializes in anything, in addition to joint nutritional supplements and Beyond Tangy Tangerine, it's digestive health supplements. And you tell me if I'm wrong, Dave. Sometimes I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here, or I'm like a one-trick pony, or just kind of there goes Ben again with the digestive system and the intestine. And do you really think that sometimes? Tell me if I'm wrong about that.
Well, what I think it's easy to think that, Ben, but the message is what we want to do, what I want to do, is to help people learn this stuff, and the best way to learn it is repetition. And it seems like one of the biggest causes of poor health is what's going on in the digestive system.
Yeah.
And the more you hear that, the more you believe it, the more you can help people by spreading the word. So
the problem is the mainstream doesn't want people to know that. They want people to think that they have to be medicalized. And food is about as non-medical as you get, because we all eat, and you don't have to do anything special to stick something in a microwave and eat it, or go to the grocery store and buy food. But they don't want us to think, they don't want us to realize, they don't want us to appreciate how simple health can be, or at least one aspect of health can be. And that's why you don't hear, not only don't you hear a lot about the digestive system, but it kind of gets marginalized a little bit, like, dismissed, like it's not that important. And even to this day, I hear dermatologists, I'm in the skin business, I hear dermatologists saying not to worry about the kind of foods you eat if you have a skin condition. And I'm telling you, that's some bad advice.
Wow.
In fact, I can't think of any health conditions that aren't going to at least partially, if not completely, connected to intestinal and digestive health. And that involves foods, of course, and that involves great nutritional supplements like the Nightly Essence from Longevity, and one of my favorite longevity products, which is Dr. Arias's Liver Cleanse. Have you talked about that one or used that one?
we have not talked about that enough. And I tell you, I don't know how many people know who Dr. Ariaza is, but I went down there to see him in L.A. and saw what that stuff does. It is amazing, man.
Yeah,
People show pictures that I wish I'd never seen. It's it's like they're always proud.
That comes out.
They're always proud. Hey, look at this. I'm like, oh God, man. Man, the stuff that comes out, it's amazing how that cleans you out.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? One of the, as we talk about how health conditions can be related to digestive health, and that is definitely true. But the pain and the agony of digestive health problems, above and beyond their connection to long-term chronic degenerative disease and a shortened lifespan, just the agony of a gallstone. Have you ever seen anybody who had a gallstone?
No.
It's just about as agonizing as you can imagine.
Yikes.
Think of like the gallbladder has these tiny little ducts that bile is squirted through. These ducts get clogged with like razor sharp stones. You call them stones, but they're more like crystals, and they could be razor sharp. Ugh. And oh my God,
Gosh.
The agony. And when you do this liver cleanse, Dr. Arias's Liver Cleanse, it's actually not called Dr. Arias's Liver Cleanse. You remember what that's called?
I think it's called TRU.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
TRU?
I think so.
Yeah, I forgot the official name of it. These things actually come out.
Yeah.
They come out in your, when you go to the bathroom, they just drop out.
Yeah.
And that's those pictures that you're seeing.
It's
and
nasty.
I want everybody to understand, if you got a gallbladder problem, you have a digestive problem. And if you have a gallbladder problem, it's more than likely related to specific foods. And any, gotta censor myself here, any doctor who says take your gallbladder out because you got stones, just
take it easy, Ben. Don't cuss.
I'm not gonna cuss. It just makes me mad. I hear people, to this day, I hear healthcare professionals, medical professionals say that you can do fine without a gallbladder. No, you can't do fine without a gallbladder. A gallbladder is critical for not only helping you break down fats, but it's also your main detoxification fluid. Did you know the bile's a detoxification fluid?
No.
It's probably the most important detox fluid in the body is bile, and without a gallbladder, you're going to be compromised at detox in addition to digestion. And now, here's another thing. We're finding out that bile is actually very important for the blood sugar system and functions as actually a blood sugar or metabolic hormone. And so if you have a gallbladder removed, you're going to be at higher risks for metabolic syndrome, digestive health issues. You're going to be at higher risk for digestive health problems and malabsorption. You're going to be at higher risk for accumulated toxicity. And if you have a gallbladder removed and you're on prescription drugs, you're in big trouble, because bile is critically important for helping eliminate prescription drugs. So keep your gallbladder. Get on Dr. Arias's Liver Cleanse, TRU. True to Life, I think they call it.
True to Life, and it's called Liver Pure. You can find it at
True to Life Liver Pure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have gallstones, True to Life Liver Pure. If you want to just improve gallbladder health, True to Life Liver Pure. And if you just want to improve detoxification, True to Life Liver Pure as well. And then just watch out what you're eating. Be careful of the certain foods you eat. If it's advertised on TV, chances are it's a food you don't want to eat. If there's a little jingle they're singing, you definitely don't want to eat it. And if there's a cartoon character, run away from that food. There's a little cartoon character, There's no cartoon characters for broccoli. Little Billy Broccoli or whatever.
What if he's wearing big red shoes?
Yeah, they never have cartoon characters for vegetables.
Okay.
All right. So
All
what
right,
else
Ben.
we got?
So,
I
here
got a bunch more stories here.
We got some phone calls coming in, Ben, but I may just mention Arthrydex. We were talking about Arthrydex at the beginning of the show. It is for birds, rodents, and reptiles. Use a quarter scoop and sprinkle over their food. For dogs, cats, and other animals up to 12 pounds, use a half scoop. Animals 13 pounds to 24 pounds, give them 3/4 of a scoop, and 1 scoop per 25 pounds of animal's weight. Larger animals, such as horses or llamas, give 1.5 cup per feeding.
I was wondering what I was going to feed my llama, but thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Ben.
Arthrydex.
Arthrydex.
Arthrydex,
yes, Ben.
Yes, it's got a Y in there. Arthrydex.
All right, Ben, you ready to get to...
Does it really say for llamas?
Yeah, it's for any animal, Ben. It won't work for, if the animal's dead, you could sprinkle it, maybe use it for the barbecue. But if it...
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
that
llamas
point...
llamas are nasty animals. I don't feel sorry for dead llamas.
Jeez, Ben.
They're just nasty.
You woke up on the wrong side of the bed today.
No, I didn't.
I heard you said a bad word when we were, before the show. I heard you say a word I'd never heard you say, Ben.
On the air?
No, not on the air. No, I would freak out if...
What letter? What letter did it start with?
It started with F.
Oh no.
Yeah, Ben. I heard you say it. Right. Let's get to some phone calls. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let's see who. Greg. Greg, you're in the air. Thank you for the call.
What's up, Greg?
You bet. Hey there. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What's going on?
Good. Hey, I've got a question since you're on the subject of gallbladder and bile and what have you. So my daughter had her gallbladder out. I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years ago.
How old was she?
Let me see. At the time, she was about 17.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And I know. And the doctor said, "Hey,
you don't need it.
She's got stones here. We can't get it unblocked. So we've got to take the gallbladder out."
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. So, if the damage is done in that regard, but what can she do?
That's a great question.
Diet-wise.
Yeah, that's a great question.
To take care of that.
Okay, here's the problem. Now she's 17, and that makes it a lot worse simply because she's got a lot more years of, living to do. When you're older, it's one thing,
right.
But at 17, she's going to have to be very, very, very careful. So first of all, most importantly, the reason she has the stones is because she wasn't processing her foods correctly. So that could be a stomach problem. It could be an intestinal problem. It could be eating the wrong kinds of foods. It's hard to say. Nonetheless, you got to focus on the food she's eating that caused the problems. This is the real issue with these medical strategies of just removing organs and drugging and poisoning the body to get it to comply. Yeah, you may take care of the symptom, but you're not taking care of the problem. That's why we call it. That's why we say it's fraudulent. Sometimes people give me a hard time when I make my little joke about how to doctor something is to commit a fraud, but that's really what it is. It's committing a fraud. They made her look healthy by removing her gallbladders, and now she doesn't know she has stones, but the stones were an indicator that something's wrong. So now you just don't see that something's wrong. So now you're going to have to pay attention to her food without the signals, without the signs. But there's still she probably has some digestive discomfort, I'm sure, from certain foods. I'm sure she does. Because they didn't solve the problem. They could have just taken care of the problem and left her gallbladder in, but that's not how they work. So, what's done is done. So now you got to focus on the foods. Have her do food diary and start eliminating foods. And then depending on the foods she's having a problem with, that's going to give you an indicator of what kind of digestive chemistry you want to focus on. For example, she's likely going to have a problem with fatty foods. So things like fish and eggs, right? So and various oils and that kind of thing. So have her stay as far away as she can, like we all have to do, from fried and processed fats, artificial fats and heated fats, and certainly fried, and anything that's considered a processed type of food. And pastries and cakes are especially problematic for these processed fats. So she's going to want to stay away from those. She's going to, she's not going to want to do it, but pizza is going to be her mortal enemy for the rest of her life.
Right.
And thank the doctor for that.
Hamburgers and French fries.
All that, French fries, all that. Mortal enemy.
Yep.
And the thing is, at 17, she may not notice things, but they're going to get these kinds of problems are going to get worse with time. And every French fry she eats is going to be a kind of a straw on the camel's back of health, so to speak. Every single French fry. So while she may be able to get away with it, over time the French fry abuse is going to accumulate on the camel's back and it's going to break, and that's going to lead to all kinds of health problems. So anything that's fried, we all have to avoid them, but she especially does. The second big problem she's going to have is absorbing her fatty nutrients, and these are very important for growth. And these are very important for kids who are growing. And these are especially important for women or young girls who are developing because of the relationship between the menstrual cycle and the female reproductive system and fats. And she's going to be compromised there. So if she doesn't take care of herself, and I'll tell you how to do it in a second, she's going to run the risk of problems with her menstrual cycle, painful periods, God forbid, infertility, and it could wreak havoc on her female hormone system. And it's a big freaking mess. And if you get a chance, tell the doctor that there's two guys who are on the radio who would love to talk to him if you ever want to come on the radio. So, because I hate having to do this behind people's back, but it really makes me angry. So you're going to want to focus on fatty nutrients. Get her on the Longevity's Ultimate EFA today. Don't wait a day. And I will be taking 3 to 6 capsules a day with food. And every time she eats her meals, she wants to be on the Ultimate Enzymes because she's not going to be processing her fats effectively because of the bile. And so there's bile salts in the Ultimate Enzymes, but there's also enzymes for helping her digest fats. And then the probiotics, the good bacteria, are going to be very important for her. That will be the nightly essence. She might want to periodically do a liver cleanse as well. That might not be a bad idea for her. The good news is there's a bunch she can do. The bad news is there's a bunch she has to do. And so I would start right away. At the age of 17, she's got a whole lifetime ahead of her of health problems if she doesn't really take care of herself right now.
Right.
Okay, and I'm sorry about that. And anybody listening, make this be a cautionary tale. Keep your organs. Yeah. There's no extras in there.
Yes. Yeah. We just throw this away. What were you recommending?
Anything for digestive health first, in terms of supplements, ultimate enzymes, the nightly essence probiotics, Dr. Ari's liver cleanse periodically, apple cider vinegar with her meals might help. I-26 if she's really gassy, she may want to throw in some I-26. Healthy Start Pack, of course, and then make sure she's getting her fats and fatty vitamins because she's going to be compromised at that level, and they're very important not only for growth but for the female reproductive system. So vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin D, and vitamin K. Is she lean? Is she a lean gal or is she round? Buxom, like curvy.
She's a little more on the round side.
On the curvy side. Yeah, so that's more the hormone estrogen, and that could really be a problem for her. So have her be very, very focused on her intake of fatty nutrients, particularly the Ultimate EFA's essential fatty acids.
Okay.
I know that's a ton of stuff there. Keep listening to the program, and we talk about this stuff all the time.
Yeah, I hadn't heard it before, and I thought, oh man.
Yeah, you should listen regularly. We talk about this all the time. And she's not alone. There's 500,000 of these things of gallbladders taken out every year. Usually people are older, so it's a little unusual for her to be that young and have it taken out. Yeah. But the fact that she needed it taken out at the age of 17 tells me there was some long-standing digestive issues, like since she was a little girl, probably. Is that correct?
Right.
Yeah, that's usually what that means.
She was actually 17 when all of this happened, and she's now 23. So,
okay, so she,
yeah, it's a while ago, but still, she's young, and that's a lot of mileage she's got to put on her.
Exactly, she's got a good 60 years, 70 years ahead of her that she's going to really want to be very, very careful with what she eats and to make sure she supplements.
Okay.
Okay?
And
Thank you so much.
EFA?
Oh, it's called Ultimate EFAs. Anything we can do, Dave, can we send them to the website?
Yeah, the Mineral Way. Go to the Mineral Way.
Go to themineralway.com.
Okay.
And you can always, if you want to, you can review the program. All the programs are recorded there, so you can either have her listen to it or, have your wife listen to it, and you can work with her that way. And maybe have your doctor listen to it, too. That would be cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for the call.
We're going to start down that path. Thank you, guys.
You're very welcome. Thank you. 831-47.
That's heartbreaking, man. That's terrible.
Man, Ben, you're on a roll, dude. You're just tearing it up today.
I know, it makes me mad.
Wow.
And I hate having to talk behind people's back.
Yeah.
I want to get. Can we get a? Do you have any doctor friends who want to come on?
No. I don't have many doctor friends, if any, Ben, and I don't think they'd be too thrilled.
They wouldn't want to talk to me.
Yeah, I would. I don't want to set them up to get beat up by Ben. Here's one for you, Ben. Here's an email. It's from Natalie. She sent this in last week, but here it is. It says, "Hi, Dave. Will you please ask pharmacist Ben? My 82-year-old aunt was having memory issues. We discovered last spring that she'd been going around to different pharmacies getting all her shots over and over, including 11 COVID shots.
11?
Within the span of a few months. Could you please talk about what could happen as a result of getting that many shots?"
You know, that's funny you just said that, because I was going to remember. I told you I had a few stories.
Hold on, Ben. It says she started having ischemic strokes last summer.
Oh, my God.
And is now in a memory facility.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. That's what it says, Ben.
That's horrible. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. And that, oh, man. Do we have to take a break or anything? Because I want to.
Yeah, we do have to take a break.
Why don't we take a break and come back? But we haven't really paid attention to that clock, have we?
No, it's forget the clock, Ben. That's a stupid thing. All right, Ben, we'll be back. 2 minutes.
Buster, is that you? You're moving like a pup on espresso. What gives?
Thanks. Just keeping up with my routine. Some light jogs, a few unauthorized trash inspections, and started taking Arthrydex.
Arthrydex? Is that one of those new chew toys with Bluetooth?
Nah, it's a supplement from Longevity. It's loaded with vitamins, minerals, amino acids, even stuff to keep my joints moving like they used to.
So, it's like a multivitamin, but it actually tastes good?
Exactly. My coat's shinier, I'm springier than ever, and the stairs don't mock me anymore.
Man, I've been getting winded halfway through Squirrel Patrol.
Tell your human to go to themineralway.com. That's where mine gets it. Easy peasy.
Done. I'm one biscuit away from entering the Zoomy Olympics.
Give your pets the nutritional support they deserve with Arthrydex from Longevity, because staying active, happy, and healthy never goes out of style. Available now at themineralway.com.
In 1513, explorer Ponce de Leon set out to find the Fountain of Youth. Years of searching, endless travel, and in the end, a complete waste of time. Turns out the Fountain of Youth doesn't exist. But if Ponce de Leon had access to the internet, he might have saved himself a lot of trouble, because he could have gone straight to themineralway.com. While the Fountain of Youth may be a myth, the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack might be the next best thing. It's designed to support bone health, joint comfort, and overall wellness, helping you keep the energy, mobility, and flexibility everyone is searching for. No legends, no wild goose chases, just a smart way to support the body you rely on every day. Navigate to themineralway.com to find what Ponce de Leon never could. That's themineralway.com.
Eight 479-1080, 218-5726, KSEODave@gmail.com. Alive at 5 every Monday afternoon Pacific time. Pharmacist Ben Fuchs and I are here, well, it's mostly him, to answer your questions. Give us a phone call, send a text message, or email, and we'll jump right on it, Ben.
We will jump right on it, and I can't believe that lady had 11 how many, what, months?
Wow, in several months, yeah, a few months.
Oh, my God. Listen,
Yeah.
You've heard me say this before, but I'll say it again.
Okay.
All disease is cell disease, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all cell disease is preceded by dirty blood. Now, I call it dirty blood. Doctors call it hypercoagulable blood. What it means is blood that is thick and sticky and sludgy, following stuff that gets into it and activates the immune response. Now, most of the time, the stuff that gets in the blood to activate an immune response which leads to all chronic degenerative diseases, all of them, every single last one of them, is toxicity that gets in through a leaky gut. Now, we haven't talked about leaky gut specifically, but the name's so graphic that I don't really feel like I need to discuss it too much.
Mm-hmm.
But do you understand what I'm saying when I say leaky gut?
Mm-hmm.
Or should I explain it?
Briefly, yeah.
All right. So the intestine is the you can think of the intestine as like a like a holding, like, you know, when you go to another country, you don't go right into that country, you like stay in this little holding space. Have you ever gone to Mexico or Canada or another country?
No.
You've never flown internationally?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay, when you go into another country, you go to the airport, they don't let you right in. There's a little holding area where you got to kind of fill out some forms, and then you go talk to an immigration guy, and he asks you questions. What are you doing here? You have any drugs in your bags, and this, that, and the other. And then if you pass, you go through. Well, that's what the intestine is like. The intestine is like a holding area before things get into the blood. You can't just have stuff getting into the blood. The blood is the sacred space. The life of the flesh is in the blood. It tells us in Leviticus in the Bible. And that basically means that the blood is going to distribute its contents throughout the body. So you can't just put stuff into the blood, which is why things get held at the border of the intestine. However, as the impact of nutritional deficiencies kick in, and eating the wrong foods, and just a poor degenerative lifestyle or degeneration-inducing lifestyle kick in, that border of the intestine starts to become porous, and things leak through into the blood inappropriately. And when I say things, I mean food particles. I mean bacterial particles. I mean immune cells and immune secretions. They all get into the blood, and they make the blood sticky and sludgy. They inflame the blood, essentially. The blood becomes inflamed. And then, from that point, nothing moves appropriately. The blood doesn't circulate appropriately. It dumps off its toxins into various tissues. Autoimmune diseases are induced. Inflammation is induced. And this is how we get sick. This is the main mechanism of disease, and everybody should know this. Is this making sense, Dave? Everybody should know this mechanism, because this is the main mechanism of disease. And when I say mechanism, I mean the actual nuts and bolts of how disease begins. See, we don't really think of that. We think of, when we get sick, we just think it happens to us. I can't tell you the amount of people I talk to say, I was just fine yesterday, and today I got Parkinson's disease. And that's kind of the way we think. I'm just sitting there minding my own business, and boom, I got arthritis. And boom, I got, an autoimmune disease, whatever it is. We don't see that the blood is constantly dumping off these toxins from a leaky gut into the tissues, and eventually, this is how disease begins. Now, that's how that's the main way that blood becomes coagulated, sticky, and sludgy. But there's another way, unfortunately, because it shouldn't happen. And that's when you inject things directly into your bloodstream. When you inject things directly in the bloodstream, you violate the body's boundaries. The body has boundaries, and it has guards, and it has barriers to the blood. The intestine is a barrier to the blood. The skin is a barrier to the blood. The vessels are a barrier to the blood itself. When you inject things, you're going right into the blood. This is craziness. Now, if you're dying and you're in the hospital, I can see that, or if you need some nutrition injected IV, I can see that. But just to inject things into the blood so you don't get a viral infection is absurdity. It's craziness. And as soon as I heard about that thing, I don't want to get into the politics of it, I was horrified, and it took me about 10 seconds to get on my radio show and to say, don't do it. Of course, people did it, and you had these numbskull ER doctors, mostly they were ER doctors, who know nothing about biochemistry, who were recommending everybody does these things. And this is what's happening with this gal. So the article I wanted to read, this is an article from the Journal of the American Chemical Society. And it's got a big, fancy, big word title here, so don't get all freaked out here, Dave. I know you hate these.
I don't like it.
Okay. But, scientific words can be broken down, and they're very instructive if you break them down. So, amyloidogenesis of SARS-CoV-2 spike protein. That's the thing they injected into you, right? Amyloidogenesis. Genesis means making or building or creating. Amyloido means creation of amyloid. Amyloid is a clot. Amyloid is a protein that's associated with all kinds of health problems, mostly with Alzheimer's. Have you heard about this? Amyloid plaques for Alzheimer's disease?
No, I have not.
It's kind of a thing. It's been known about since, I did research on Alzheimer's disease in college in the 1980s, and I was studying amyloid. And amyloid is well known as a cause, or as correlated. They make it a cause, but it's really not a cause. It's correlated with brain deterioration that's linked to Alzheimer's. That's the marker of Alzheimer's disease. And now they actually want a vaccine against amyloid. More craziness. However, what they don't tell you is amyloid, this clogging protein stuff, is found everywhere in the body as we break down. It's not just in the brain. It's in the very soft tissues. And in fact, there's an article I just read here where they found in the kidneys. And this was actually right after this is about a 76-year-old man, previously healthy and active, received the J&J COVID-19 vaccine. Am I allowed to say that? I hope I'm allowed to say that.
Sure, yeah.
About 2 weeks later, he noticed something new. Swelling in his legs, rapid weight gain, foamy urine, a sign that his kidneys might be damaged. Before the vaccine, his kidney function had been normal. Afterwards, lab test showed significant kidney injury, very low blood protein levels, and heavy protein loss in the urine. Further testing revealed the underlying cause, a condition called amyloidosis, except this was in the kidneys. And it was following the injection. So, to answer your question about this gal, you said she had an ischemic stroke, you said? Mm-hmm. Ischemia is when the brain doesn't, an ischemic stroke is when the brain doesn't get the chemistry it needs. Ischemia means it doesn't get chemistry. It gets bad chemistry and not good chemistry, and it dies. And the reason it gets bad chemistry is because the blood's been contaminated. And the blood's been contaminated because it was injected. Not just once or twice, apparently. 11 times. So, I don't know what this lady was thinking, and maybe she was already having some mental health challenges or something for her to do that. Mm-hmm. But please, people, you can't inject things into your bloodstream and then expect to be just perfectly fine after that, even if most people may not notice anything. You're essentially, when you have that injection, you're essentially activating your immune system chronically. Do you understand the logic of that? They wanted to put that protein in there so your immune system was on had a low level of chronic activation. Who? It's absurd. It's crazy. But the money that was made on that thing is ungodly. Probably in the hundreds of billions of dollars, maybe even the trillions of dollars at this point.
Yeah. Ben, we got some phone calls to get to.
Yes.
All right. Let's see what. Boy, Rory. Emma is a new caller. I'm going to pick up Emma's call first.
Let's do Emma.
All right.
You got a new caller?
Yeah. Emma is calling from Carmel Valley.
Emma.
Thank you for the call, Emma.
Hi, Emma.
Hi.
Thanks
I
for
have
calling.
a sore throat. Yeah, I can't speak. Yeah. Do you think when I'm taking healthy digestive pack and what is the other one, blood sugar pack, is it okay for me to take also the bone and joint pack?
Yes. Yeah, that's not a problem. Absolutely.
So I can take all three.
Yeah, you can take them all. You can take them all. Get yourself some zinc lozenges and suck on the zinc lozenges and let the zinc drip down your throat. That'll make a big difference in your sore throat.
Okay. And also, I have another question.
Yes,
I have a very dear friend. She's much younger than me. She's about 68 or something. And the past 3 years, she was diagnosed with a severe dementia. Yeah, every day tells her husband, take me to my mother's house. She's waiting. Yeah, her mother was dead several years ago. Her daughter is a pharmacist in USC.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, in USC, and they're giving all this crazy
It's
medication.
terrible. There's no drugs they can give her to help her. Absolutely nothing they can do for that. But there's lots of things they can do from a nutritional standpoint. So I'm going to tell you a couple things. I don't expect you to remember them, but why don't you play this show for your friend, first of all? And I'd love to talk to the pharmacist. You said the daughter's a pharmacist, right?
Yeah.
I'd love to talk to her. If you can hook me up, I would definitely talk to her. Most important thing at this point, though, is going to be blood sugar. Make sure she's on the healthy blood sugar pack. She probably loves, like most of us, the sweets and the desserts and all that. So get her on the healthy blood sugar pack. If you can get her to at least reduce her intake of those kinds of foods, that'll be helpful. And then work on digestive health. Get her on the nightly essence. if you can get her to do the nightly essence or any of the digestive health products. We talked about, I don't know if you heard us earlier, talking about neurological disorders and the digestive system. We focused on autism, but dementia counts as a neurological disorder that could be related to the digestive system. So all the digestive stuff, food, diary, and then the healthy blood sugar pack.
Okay, thank you.
And if you want to throw one more thing for anybody out there with dementia, your friend or anybody else, Synaptive works wonders for cognitive function. It's called Synaptive, Synaptive. Yeah.
Synaptive.
Okay, and you don't have to have dementia to benefit from Synaptive. I've been taking Synaptive now for probably 4 years, going on 4 years, and it really is quite amazing.
Where can I get the Synaptive?
Longevity. What's the website, Dave?
The Mineral Way. TheMineralWay.com.
Dave, can I ask you to give me your phone number? You said call. Just very slowly. I can't catch up with you. It's too fast. Give me your number, please.
It's 218-5726. 5726.
5726. And that's 831.
Correct. 831 area code. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You got it, Emma. Thanks,
you for
Emma. 831-479-1080. Rory, thank you for being so patient. You're a good sport, Rory.
Hey, no problem, you guys. Anytime there's a new caller, absolutely.
Rory.
Yeah. So,
glory to Rory.
Wow.
That's what I say.
No, not to glory to God. That call about the lady that was Alzheimer and then she was just going from drug place
to get shots.
That's criminal. There's part of the medical model system that's criminal. Not all doctors. Oh, they're killers.
I know.
They got her right where they want her with a stroke. She'll be dead in 12 months. She's out.
That's horrible. It's heartbreaking, man.
Oh, it was a culling. The whole mRNA shot was a giant culling.
That's real smooth there, Rory, saying she's going to pass away in 12 months. It's what a guy, dude.
Well, I'm sorry. I know it comes across as insensitive. But, it's interesting. I had a question, but think about this. My wife figured out that she was gluten intolerant it's probably been 20 years. Her eczema went away, like overnight.
When she got off of gluten?
Yeah.
That's funny you say that, Rory.
There's so...
Every day, literally every day, I get emails from medical journals where drug companies have new drugs for eczema. And they're all the same kind of drug. They're just new brands. They're not new drugs themselves. They're new chemicals, but the basic idea is the same. They're immune suppressants. And there are so many of these things now. It's crazy. And your wife just got off gluten, and her eczema went away.
So lame. And she still has her gallbladder. They did their best to...
Were they going to try and take it out?
Oh, yeah.
They wanted to take it out?
Oh, yeah. She got to the hospital, because, like you said, it hurts like, what. And then it's like, we need to schedule. Now she knows it's going to be some other way. So instinctively, she's like, wait a minute. Let's hold off. But anyway, and then she discovered those liver cleanses. Voila, worked.
That's
so
amazing.
Anyway, and one other positive, and I'm going to try to steer this young couple to the Mineral Way. I don't know where they're getting their BTT, but they call it longevity. They're in their mid-20s, maybe somewhere at 25, 30. They said, "Oh my gosh, got to have it every day. Get the energy."
Love that.
So the young people, this thing continues to spread under the medical model radar. They're not going to be able to stop it.
You got BTT?
Positive. Oh, yeah. No, they're on the BTT because my friend and his wife took it, and this is the son, future daughter-in-law. Yeah, every day. If I don't take it, I don't have the energy to do what I got to do in my schedule. So it's happening. The other thing is, maybe this is the $100,000 question. How do you get people our age? So I've got a friend, and we're all about the same age. I turn 66 next month. And he's
When's
such
your birthday,
a hardhead.
Rory? When's your birthday?
March 23rd.
Mine's March 10th, right?
Yeah, I knew you were.
We're like exactly the same age.
Yeah.
But you're a lot cooler than me.
Well, you grew up in New York, so that makes you extra cool. But anyway, he's such a testadura. And when I tell him that, because he's going in, he might have to have an ablation. I said, dude, you need to just start taking the minerals, the orange belief, as he calls it.
The orange.
And oh yeah, that's what he calls it. He had put lines of it on his granite countertop one time when he rolled up a $100 bill. Yeah, no, because he took it. He goes, "What's in this belief? I cleaned my house what's in this? And so I gave him a canister. It was like 15
And he snorted it?
No, he was just joking. He's a joker.
Okay.
But now he forgets. I'm like, dude, I gave you a canister. You said it gave you this burst of energy. You should be thinking, oh, my brother-in-law is a doctor. How do you break people?
What? His brother-in-law, the doctor?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. And then he tells me, can I see your license to practice medicine? When I'm trying to tell him about vitamins.
Who said that? Your brother said that? Your friend said that?
No, my
the
friend.
doctor.
He's a joker. I've known this guy since I was 3. But his brother-in-law is a doctor, so he gets a second opinion, which is fine. But his brother-in-law doesn't know anything about nutrition. He's clueless. There's pockets of the medical model where these doctors are clueless. So I don't feel bad when you talk bad about doctors, honestly.
I don't like talking behind their back bad. I'll talk bad to them, to their face. No, I won't do that. But
well, you're on the radio.
I know, but I don't like having to do it. And I'm talking to my friends and people who understand and agree with me. And so it's kind of cheating in a way. I want to have a full-blown discussion and say, what are you thinking? Explain yourself, please.
Yeah.
Why are you taking this 17-year-old kid's gallbladder out and giving her that's horrible.
Criminal.
That's crushing, man. That breaks my heart when I hear that.
No,
when I hear docs saying these things,
yeah.
then nobody challenges them. Nobody has the basic understanding to say to the doc, don't you need your gallbladder? How am I going to absorb my fats? How am I going to detoxify my hormones? But, so the doctor, he becomes the god in the setting. He becomes the god.
It's
just
the priesthood. It's the pharmacomedical priesthood. It's
I
like
agree with
you can't challenge it.
I agree.
Except we do. So anyway, keep up the good work.
Thank
if
you,
you can
Rory.
figure out a way to get through to my hard-headed, knuckle-headed friend, let me know.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for the call, Rory. 831-479-1080, 218-572-6KSEODave@gmail.com. I should say something here, Ben. We started the show talking about Arthrydex for your pets, your furry little friends.
Yeah.
And, everybody knows that it's the bee's knees, the fox's socks, the pig's ears, the rooster's comb, the squirrel's tail, the raccoon's hands. It's all of that stuff.
I
Ben,
never said any of that.
Well, it is. And so I got to tell this cautionary tale about my friend Steve.
Okay.
So Steve says, hey, Dave, do you have any of that Arthrydex? I heard it's the snake hips, the turtle's neck, the dog's tail.
Turtle's neck.
Yeah, I told him, I go, sure, Steve, here you go, dude. And I thought it was for his pets, right? And I think he took some of it on himself, Ben. When he came back, he had a tail.
No,
he was sniffing around the tree. He was circling around the tree.
That's baloney.
Well, I might have a few things confused.
That is not even.
The point is, Ben, the Arthrydex is the goat's
now
beard.
You scared everybody.
The possum's grin, the badger's claw.
But the fact is that anybody can take Arthrydex. You don't have to be a dog or a cat to take Arthrydex.
No, you could be a horse or
you could be a Dave or Ben. People benefit from Arthrydex too. And I'm going to give you a little tip right now. Okay.
All right.
If you take your Arthrydex and you mix it with aloe vera and stir it around and make a paste out of it, you can use it to put right on cuts and scrapes and burns and eczema and rashes and even on your face.
Arthrydex?
Yep.
What? What do you know about skin, Ben?
I know quite a bit about skin, and the nutrients in Arthrydex can have some benefits for your skin topically. You're not going to be able to get them into the blood. You're not going to get nutritional value from them, but you may get some skin value. Likewise, by the way, fucoidin. That's another one, or Fucoid Z. That's great for your skin too, topically applied.
Somebody was asking me, hey, what's that other company that pharmacist Ben Fuchs owns?
Oh, my company, Truth.
Truth.
Skin Health.
Tell me about that.
Because I hate lies, and the skincare business is so filled with dishonesty. And what's funny thing about skin is, and I hear this all the time from people who think they know about the skin, and they'll tell me stuff about, I'm using this herb and that herb, and I make my own skincare product. If you don't know how cells work, if you don't understand biochemistry, if you don't understand tissue chemistry and histology, you're not going to be able to make a skincare product. So for all the people out there who are making lovely skincare products, you don't know what you don't know. The fact is our understandings of the skin come from, guess what? Guess who developed the first ideas about the skin? Things like normal skin, oily skin. You probably don't know any of these distinctions. Doctor recommended and clinically tested and pH balanced. All these terms that we throw around today in the skincare business, they were developed by 3 women in the turn of the 20th century who knew nothing about the skin but knew a lot about marketing. They were named Helena Rubinstein, Estee Lauder, and Elizabeth Arden. And they're the godmothers of the skincare business, and they were incredible marketers, and they gave us these ideas like oily skin and normal skin and clinically tested and a pH balance and all that kind of stuff. But they didn't know anything about the skin. They were marketers. And today, 100 years later, we're still using their ideas, despite the fact that we know so much more about tissue and about cells and about organs and about inflammatory factors and the relationship between the blood and the digestive system and the skin. And we're still smearing wax and oil and butters and various concoctions on our skin. I call it rub it on and hope for the best. And that's basically what skincare is. So what I did is I had a pharmacy for healing, for a dermatological pharmacy for helping people heal burns and traumas. And I came up with a strategy to heal burns and traumas, making prescription topicals. And people would come back after their burn healed or their trauma healed, and they'd want to stay on the prescription med I made for them because it was healing their skin and making their skin more beautiful. And so I just repurposed all my prescription products for over-the-counter products, and that's what True Skin Health is all about.
I like it, Ben. Hey, Ben, you know something I just learned?
No.
Ed McMahon had a couple of sayings. One of them was, those who trade freedom for security deserve neither. That's one of the things that Ed McMahon.
Was not Ed McMahon.
I think it was, Ben.
Johnny Carson.
I think it was. And he also said, let food be thy medicine.
Yeah, that was Ed McMahon. That's right. I remember
right.
that. I remember that Johnny Carson episode where he said that. Let food be thy medicine. He didn't. That was who said that though? Deserved neither. Was that Benjamin Franklin?
I don't know.
It was one of the founding fathers.
Yeah,
those who would trade security for freedom deserve neither. I think it was Benjamin Franklin. It was not Ed McMahon.
Okay, if you say so, Ben. All I know is Craig is on the air, on the line.
Craig.
So, Craig, you're in the air.
What's up, Craig? Where you been? Missed you.
Hi-yo. Who used to say that? Hi-yo.
Oh yeah, that was him.
Ed McMahon.
You must be old. Kids don't know that. You must be an old guy.
Yeah.
That was Benjamin Franklin, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Not Ed McMahon.
No, Ed McMahon did that. He did that on the Johnny Carson.
No, Benjamin Franklin said, hi, or no, that was Ed McMahon.
Yeah, I don't know where you get Benjamin Franklin, but that's, whatever, that's funny. I listened to that first caller with the gallbladder racket when the daughter was 17.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it is a racket, and now she's 23, but you were telling her that, no more French fries. I mean, those things are so tasty. And I get some really good frozen ones that I steam. I steam everything, and they're delicious.
And they're not fries. They're French steams.
No, they're fries. And listen to me, Ben. They have it's potatoes, avocado oil, and sea salt, and I steam them, and they're absolutely delicious. And I just want to throw that tip out there.
Well, let me ask you something. If you just had potatoes and oil without any salt, would that be delicious?
Yeah, I mean, you can slice up. I know my brother slices up potatoes and makes his own fries. And he
but without the salt, the salt, do you think it'd still be delicious? I think it's the combination. I think it's the combination of the salt and the oil and the starch. Human beings cannot resist salt, oil, and sugar when they're all combined, starch being sugar. It's just irresistible. And what happens with starches is they have little holes in them, little compartments. And when liquid oil goes in, certain kinds of oil goes into those little compartments, it gets solid really quickly. And that solidity gives the French fry a crisp, a crunch. And human beings are suckers for crisp. We cannot anything crispy. And that goes back to our evolutionary past, because in the past, when we were eating fresh foods as on the African savanna or in the jungles, crisp meant fresh. And so we have this evolutionary trigger that's when something's crisp, it sounds like it's really fresh. Today, of course, it's artificially crisp. It's not really fresh, but we still can't resist crisp. And the combination of oil, salt, and sugar that's crispy cannot be resisted, i.e. Krispy Kreme donuts.
Well, hey, I think this isn't talked about enough, but you're talking about the debt and everything. A lot of problems would get a lot better if people just didn't eat as much.
If they didn't what?
They eat too much.
Oh, so much more than we need to eat. Absolutely.
Yeah,
the less you eat, the longer you live.
And
especially us, especially old people.
and late at night, it's not good on the gut like that. I mean, you go to sleep. But
true.
hey, I do have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Did you ever? You're a pharmacist. Did you ever take the Hippocratic Oath? And there's a reason why I'm asking.
Only doctors do it. Pharmacists don't do it.
Yeah, but they don't anymore.
No, they don't do it. That's right. That's true.
They it's another one of these things where trying to destroy Western civilization.
Yeah.
But the Hippocratic Oath was, it was like tradition. I mean, it was the thing for doctors to do, and they don't even take that oath anymore. What do you think about that?
Well, because one of the first things in the Hippocratic Oath is I will give no poison. Do you know that's right in the Hippocratic Oath? I will give no poison. Right?
No.
That's one of the main things. I will give no poison. What's a prescription drug? How are you going to give no poison if you're a doctor? They had to take it. They couldn't say it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, clearly, if we're in violation of the Hippocratic Oath, I will give no poison. I will do no harm. And,
Hippocrates, he lived, what, like 300 BC, something like that?
No, he was 200 BC, something like that. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you for the call, Craig. 831-479-1080. We got one more phone call, Ben, and I don't have my watch. I don't know exactly how much time we have left, but I do know that Ed McMahon once said, if you feel healthy, that's your health working. I think he said that.
That's not true, Dave. You're making stuff up left and right here.
Pete is calling from Aptos. We have about 2 minutes, Ben.
Okay.
You're in the air, Pete.
Thanks. Great show as always. I heard what you said about the flu vaccine. What about the shingles vaccine?
They're all ridiculous. They're all ridiculous. Shingles occurs when your immune system is suppressed. So if a doctor really cared about somebody's health, he would make sure he strengthened their immune system. When you give a vaccine, what you're doing is you're tricking the immune system into creating a protection against that pathogen. The whole notion of vaccination, in my opinion, it's flawed. Let's strengthen the immune system so the immune system can fight the pathogen, not give the pathogens. The immune system can come up with so the immune system can attack the specific pathogen. You want to strengthen the immune system globally and not do things that suppress the immune system. Everybody always points to smallpox and polio when they talk about the success of vaccines. But nobody ever talks about the fact that maybe you could get the same exact benefits by changing the way you eat, and then you would live a longer life in addition to having a stronger immune system. And by the way, polio, when they tell you about the success of the polio vaccine, they don't tell you that other neurological disorders increased as polio dropped, including Guillain-Barré syndrome. Just like they didn't tell you that after the vaccine that they gave a few years ago, or when that thing was going on, flu went down. Do you remember there was no flu all of a sudden? All of a sudden, nobody had the flu anymore. Everybody had this ridiculous thing that they called COVID. Whatever, that's all.
Ben, we're out of time. I'm serious about that one. That's really true. Yeah.
All right. Good to talk to you, Dave. We'll talk to you next Monday. And goodbye, Santa Cruz. I love you guys.
All right, Ben. Pharmacist Ben Fuchs joining us. Thank you very much. You're listening to the...
Hey there, Garden Gnome here. I've been standing in this yard for years, and I gotta tell you, this season's different. Bigger tomatoes, juicier veggies, happier flowers, and I've seen what the human's been using, Bloomin' Minerals. Now, this stuff isn't fertilizer. It's a natural soil revitalizer, putting plant-derived minerals and organic matter back into tired soil. I've watched them mix the granules right into the soil and spray the liquid version on top. Simple stuff, and the crops? Tastier, more nutritious, just better. Oh, look, here comes the cat, and he's digging in the garden. Uh-oh, I bet he's gonna take a... catnip. He's planting catnip. Even Mr. Whiskers knows good soil when he sees it. If you want your garden doing better than ever, head to themineralway.com. That's themineralway.com. 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 Bloomin' Minerals. Even we gnomes approve. Themineralway.com.
Welcome to the annual Feline Fanciers Championship, where elegance meets excellence.
Do be careful, old chap. One must conserve one's energy for judging. Poise is everything.
Energy? I've got plenty. You want to chase the laser pointer later?
Absolutely not. I've already won 3 ribbons simply by standing.
Blue ribbons hang nearby as Sir Reginald Purrington and Zippy face the judges.
I used to feel stiff too. Then my humans started sprinkling Arthrydex on my food. It tastes like beef and smells great. I think it's the best.
Arthrydex helps support movement and flexibility so cats can stay playful and active. And the winner is Zippy.
Zippy, but he moved.
Feeling good beats looking fancy.
Help your cat feel their best with Arthrydex. Get your paws on it at themineralway.com. That's themineralway.com. Arthrydex. It's the cat's meow.